Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about something that's going on right now. As I'm recording this, the Oscars. Yeah, they're a very prestigious award. Oh my God! If you win one, you must really have done good work, or you must really care about your cause. And we're going to specifically talk about Al Gore in the Oscars. And remember Al Gore? He won this back, must have been like 2008, because his first documentary came out in like 2006, I think, Inconvenient Truth. So I searched this on YouTube, and at the beginning of the show, Gore and Leonardo came out and did some little bit here. Um, I don't know if I can play these videos without them being somebody else's copyright. So, but Leo couldn't fall all over Al enough because the both of them care so much. Oh my God, they both care so much. Except at that point in time, Al Gore had been turning down the solutions the world needs for about 12, 13 years. Right after the environmental educator started in November of 93, when Vail wouldn't lead, I was like, well, who else will help? And I'm like, Sundance and Gore. Well, Gore. I went to Gore next, and he couldn't be bothered to lead with the solutions the world needs, ending global environmental illiteracy, which still needs to happen, end our disposable society, from homes to fast food to stadium concessions to packaging and transportation packaging, working to reduce by reusing. This right here would have solved our global environmental problems long ago. And Gore could care less, gaining people's cooperation, leadership by example. We'll never get that from Gore and Hemp, but no, Gore's still just out there talking about clean energy, and now about carbon taxing you to death. And Leo's there with him. I'm not exactly sure right now off the top of my head when Leo started refusing solutions, but I've been hitting Leo up for decades now, well over 15 years at least, I'd say. And Leo has no interest in solutions, but here the two of them were, pretending like they care. And then Gore, right here, Jerry Seinfeld, he presented it to him. And then, okay, yeah, let me see. Oh, here they come walking down the aisle. And right at the front here. Oh, they're getting up now. They're walking down the aisle. And right here, right before Gore gets to the front, who's there? Front and center, right there, Leo, right in the front, gave Gore a big, oh my God, Gore, you care so much. Yeah, Gore, Gore, Gore. So, and then, all the stars, and then everybody involved with the production. Now, Lori David, she comes up on stage, and she goes like running over to Gore. Lori David, that's the wife of Larry David. She cares so much. Now, she actually responded to me when I first emailed her, and she said, hey, I'll be back in touch with you. And then, of course, I never heard from her. So when she was standing there at the Oscars, I'm, I didn't search for that email for this video, but I'm pretty sure she knew that this was all a fraud. Yeah, because I didn't stop contacting her. But here they are, and here's Gore. He's up there. Oh my God, look! Oh my God, I have an Oscar! Oh my God, everybody's hugging everybody, and there's Lori. She's just madly in love with this guy, and yeah, she's just another, can't be bothered to care about solutions. But oh yeah, here, look, oh my God, Gore, 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 that guy. This must be the executive producer. He's out there. Oh my God, Gore's just the best, the best. And then he hands it to Gore, and now Gore's gonna. Oh, everybody's applauding. That's Larry David, Lori's wife, and I'm Lori's husband. And here's Gore, giving his speech, and yeah, there he is, standing there right there with the Oscar. Now, this Oscar was, 12, 13 years from when Al Gore refused. So, in addition to this here, Al Gore refused to give the world the solutions movie the world needs. Now here's 1995. This is his director of correspondence saying to me, why are you bothering us? So that was the first that Gore refused solutions. But then when I met Joe Kennedy in November of '98, I'm sorry, January of '98, Joe got my work past Al Gore's subordinates to Al. And then I got, well, like 10 months later, a letter from Al. He is going to he intends to keep his focus on continuing the solid record of achievement that characterized the administration since they first took office. But he thanked me for writing to him, and that you can be sure that it has been read thoroughly, and my comments carefully considered. And that is the solutions the world needs. So that's Gore in '98. Here he is in '99. He's impressed with my hard work, and thank you for keeping me informed of your efforts and bringing this proposal to my attention. Okay, that proposal is this plus the solutions movie the world needed back in like '94. Okay, not a movie screaming that we need solutions, that an unknown something has to somehow finally achieve what Gore has proven that he can. Gore and everyone else, okay? But here Albie is yes, accepting this award. And look, he's so very proud of himself. He is worthy of an Oscar, except he knows he isn't. And then for the 2017 Sundance, I actually took Sundance to court to try to get an injunction preventing Sundance from showing Gore's second movie, because Sundance and Redford and Gore know that since over a decade before Sundance showed Gore's first movie, that they have all refused the light years best environmental education and agenda and solutions movie the world needs. And here they are out here in 2017 pretending like they care, because a decade after Al Gore's first movie, Screaming for a Solution, since these three, Sundance, Gore, and Redford, and every other environmental voice out there, continued to keep refusing the solutions the world needs, Sundance tried to help get Gore a second movie, a second Oscar. Well, I didn't really stand a chance at getting an injunction. And this wasn't just in Summit County. This was actually in Park City, Utah, where Sundance is held, before Judge Kara Pettit. And it's truly amazing that I myself, without a lawyer, even got a hearing. Okay, Sundance didn't even think I was going to get a hearing, because they announced that Gore was going to open their 2017 Sundance, and like a month before Sundance. Okay, so then I had to learn the court system, learn how to get an injunction, blah 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 blah. And so it took a little bit of time, and by the time I filed, Sundance just, they took it as a joke. It was funny because they're Sundance. They can do whatever they want to do. And they know that no press will tell you. Every bit of press has kept this censored for decades. And that includes independent media and Project Veritas. Let's not forget them. But, so it was a joke to Sundance because, but by the time I filed, it was very close to the premiere when Sundance was going to open. And so you have, as a plaintiff, you a defendant, you have 30 days from when you get served to give a reply. So if a court date wasn't set, then they were just not even going to acknowledge that they got served these papers because they don't have to reply. The clock would just run out. But then I got the notice that we did have a court date. Kara Pettit at least gave me a court date, and I had to call Sundance to say, because you have to then tell the other people in the court case when things are scheduled. It's like court procedure, and they're very particular about things. And so I called Sundance, and I'm like, hey, you haven't replied to me, but I need a contact because I have to formally, tell you of a hearing date. And the lady on the phone went, I wish I had a recording. She went, a hearing? Like she knew exactly what I was talking about. Okay. And I swear to God, I think that when I was still talking to her on the phone, I got a thing from their lawyers like, you'll be contacting us from this point forward. And so I had Robert Redford and Al Gore absolutely petrified because this was January 11th and it was scheduled for the 17th. I think that was a Tuesday. I think this was a Thursday. And there was a weekend in between, but they were absolutely petrified for like 6 nights that I might actually get an injunction and then they would be exposed. But as I say, yeah, right, I didn't really stand a chance in Park City, Utah. I even called a couple of lawyers there just for I knew I wouldn't get one. I mean, I'm a ski bum. I work behind illegals and invaders, and so I can't afford a lawyer. But I called two, and I don't know if I got their machines or whatever, but the third one, it was a lady, and she literally laughed at me, and she said, no one in Park City would take that case. And it's true. But of course, obviously, Sundance showed this movie knowing full well, having been reminded in such a manner where they were all petrified that they were going to be exposed, they continued to show this movie to the public. And Sundance tried to get Gore to, have Oscar status again. And so yes, I tried to put an end to that too. When it was announced that Gore was in the top 15 from which the 5 finalists are chosen, I started emailing the Oscars. I went to their website. I emailed submissions and documentaries, and then this is Al Gore. And I told them, Oscars Gore has prevented Solutions and Solutions movie since Approvable 98 equals no Oscar candidate. And you can see what I wrote to them there. And then, like I do, I said, I'll be sending this a few times in a row to be sure that you don't miss it because, yeah, people seem to miss my emails. So, and then this is December 11th. You can, what happened was, well, I knew nobody was really going to reply to me. Nobody ever replies to me, okay? But when no one did, the next day, December 11th, I went back to the Oscars website because they had these emails public, okay? So I went back to pick up a few other emails, like from, some other headings, and I write the next day, I find it interesting that your contact emails disappeared from your site today, the day I emailed Truth the Academy needs to act on. And they took all their emails off. Yeah, they did. So that's just how things go out there. And then here's December 12th. I said this letter must get to the Oscars officers and documentary governors immediately. And then I learned that one of the Oscar documentary governor was Rory Kennedy, who is sisters of Joe Kennedy. So yeah, I was like somewhere in here. I'm like somewhere in here. It's you know what? Don't believe me? Ask Joe. Okay, so it's true. It's true. This is a little bit here about my meeting with my meeting Joe, and and of course, I have never heard from the Oscars. Now, this is the next day. Has Rory verified this truth with her brother Joe? Uh, you know, why does Gore still have his Oscar? Because by this point, they should have already taken Gore's first Oscar back. Something that I continue to ask for to this day. Take Gore's Oscar back. They have to. If I ever get my global break, they will, or Gore will hand it back in. No, Gore won't hand it back in. The Oscars will demand it back. But will they do it now? No, they're not going to expose Gore. No, 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 no. That's not going to happen. But then here's December 15th. Well, I added some people in here. And I added in actors, directors, and producers because just off the top of my head, I remembered some of the other, headings and categories that they had. And I would only do it to relevant people. Like, I won't do it to the accounting office, but I added in those three categories just because I remembered them, but they took them off their website so that no one would dare ever provide them information like I just did. And that's December 15th, Gore's a fraud, so serious it needs immediate attention. And then the 18th, get this to the Oscars officer and governors, and don't block this email. People sometimes, they get feisty, so they're not going to hear things like this, so they just block your email because they're babies, they're snowflakes. So I told them don't do that. And then I say the subject box says it all. So again, Gore's Oscar must be revoked and celebs must be given environmental solutions they seek. That was December 19th. Then December 20th. You're not a Grinch taking back an incorrectly given Oscar. Gore is a fraud. Take back Oscar. And it shouldn't be this hard to have you correct wrongs. Gore is a fraud. Take back Oscar. That's December 21st. And then the 22nd, Oscar's waiting to take Gore's Oscar until this gets press isn't right or good for you. So that's this email here. You can read it. Gore's a complete environmental fraud. Yeah, his Oscar must be taken back immediately, right there. No. But yep, here we are. There's Gore's, there's the Oscar people, some press. Oh yeah, page 6. They'll nobody will expose this truth. So here's January 2nd. I've been telling you Gore's a fraud. So, and then here's January 25th, when they announced that who their finalists were. I sent them this. It's good news that my emails got through to your documentary board. So, yeah. Behind the scenes, the Oscars will never tell you this, but this is why Gore was not given a second Oscar. It's not that Robert Redford and Sundance didn't try to get him to be up here again. I mean, I don't even think he would have gotten a second Oscar. The second movie was not well received. the first movie. This is all just a bunch of. I've never even seen it. I don't have to see it. I know it says nothing, but Robert Redford in Sundance, they really tried to get Gore standing right there again. I don't think he would have. The second movie wasn't that good, but I do think that he would have been a finalist. I mean, he's Gore. They would have given it to them. This is the Kennedys, Rory Kennedy. The Kennedys are buddies with Gore. When I met Joe was like, yeah, man, we're friends, and they're buddies with Gore. He would have been a finalist. Just, just because. Just give it to him. He's not going to win, but he would have been a part of the press fest the week before the Oscars, and he would have been out there, getting press saying how much solutions are needed. Oh my God, we need solutions, while again, never telling the world what it is he's refusing. I mean, and this is his office here, please consider taking action that can be of use as opposed to sending pointless emails. This is April 28th, 2017. This is his office, Al Gore's office. Mr. Gore has no obligation to receive emails from you, but I'm welcome to continue sending them. But it is pointless. Oh, hold on. Pointless is in another email right down here. Oh no, it's right here. Pointless emails. Yeah, as opposed to sending pointless emails. It's just the Gore's office. This is his other one. Were unable to assist me in my request. April 28th, 2017. Right? Al Gore has no interest in solutions. But he thanks me in my interest in Gore's critical work, what he's doing for our planet, which is absolutely nothing. But Al Gore will bask in the glory, and very much Al Gore continues to bask in the glory. We all know because, oh, that's right. These people here, no media will tell you anything. That's right. No media, mainstream media, independent media, Alex Jones, who will go out there and criticize Al Gore in every environmental voice because, the global warming is not real. Well, you know what? There's a lot more to it than just if global warming is real or not. But Project Veritas, since June 25th, 2019, refuses. And this is a text. I've done videos about this. And then, right here. Yeah, they just have this charming woman on board. And this is the message she left.
Wednesday, March 2nd at 6:31 a.m. from 914653612. Duration 49 seconds.
Hi, Eileen. It's Project Veritas. I think you need to change your greeting on your voicemail to say, get a life, because you don't have a life. Stop calling Project Veritas. No one is even listening to your messages. I see your phone number popping up and I delete the message. So you're wasting your time, okay? I envision you as this fat, ugly, miserable woman. And that's what you...
That is the juvenileness of Project Veritas. And now I'm going to play that showing pictures of me.
The message. So you're wasting your time, okay? I envision you as this fat, ugly, miserable woman. And that's what you portray when you call and waste our time. People that actually have a life give us some very great tips. And we are on top of corruption and fraud, and we are doing everything that you guys don't have the balls to do. So stop doing.
End of message.
Yeah, I had to bleep the F word calling out, and that was her most
and that's what you portray when you...
Yeah, that was her most deranged in this whole movie.
and I
yes, she
delete the
is.
message. So you're wasting your time.
Now, I don't know
Okay? I
about
envision you as this fat, ugly,
fat,
miserable
ugly,
woman. And that's
miserable.
what you
Does
portray when you call
that look like
and wait.
fat, ugly, and miserable? Yeah, I don't know. You know, she's never even seen me. But you know, maybe that's her. You know, people project what they themselves are. But this is how opposed Project Veritas is to exposing Gore, the United Nations, the Oscars, Redford, Sundance, Greta, Bill McKibben, the NRDC, every environmental group out there, Oasis Crazy, Mr. BS Bernie Sanders, Bobby Kennedy, you name it, Project Veritas will not expose it. So Al Gore continues to, you know, go out there and fraudulently misrepresent that he cares when he doesn't, just like every other environmental group. But you know what? You're welcome. I saved the world from this man, you know, getting the accolades of being a finalist for a second Oscar, even though the Oscars will not do the right thing and take his first Oscar back. They will the day I finally get my global break. So this is truth you will not get anywhere else, people, but this is true, so stay tuned.